Stora Cable, a commitment to excellence.
The following is a Sports 5 presentation.
Star Communications Channel 5 presents High School Wrestling, the State Group 1 Wrestling Finals, featuring the Paulsboro Red Raiders. They're 17-0-1 in the season against the Emerson Boro Cavaliers, 17-0. Brought to you by Bud's Rent-A-Wreck and by National Bank and Trust Company of Gloucester County. This match brought to you from Roselle Park. Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Shryock, my partner tonight, Nick Burzichelli. Nick, very good to see you down from Rutgers, where you're in your senior year, and happy to have you as a color commentator on this match. It should be a great one, Nick. Paulsboro starting off this afternoon with a resounding 48-11 victory over Bound Brook in the semifinals. Emerson with a pretty handy 36-19 victory over the host school, Roselle Park, and it looks like Paulsboro can have it all it can handle tonight against Emerson.
Well, it's going to be a tough match tonight, Bob. Emerson is well balanced. They match well up against Paulsboro's wrestlers. Their records are almost exactly the same for each opponent. It's going to Emerson is very tough upstairs from 148 on up. So if it comes down to the heavier weights, Paulsboro might be in a little bit of trouble.
From 148 up, as a matter of fact, 91-8 among the last 5 Emerson wrestlers, and 5 of those 8 losses belong to one of the wrestlers. So obviously Paulsboro really with his work cut out. And Nick, I guess one of the key matches could be at 188.
That's definitely a key match here, Bob, because like I said, those last weight classes, if Paulsboro's Mike Lombardo can come up with a win, I think that'll break Emerson's back going into the heavyweight, because their heavyweight is a pretty tough wrestler.
Okay, 188 is Vito Roselle, 22-1 against Mike Lombardo's 20-0 for Paulsboro. That should be a great matchup. We're going to have a good one. The State Group 1 Finals, of course, Paulsboro, the defending champion. Channel 5 there last year. Very happy to bring this one to you. We're going to take this commercial break, and during the break, we are going to watch some of the matches, some of the highlights of Paulsboro's easy victory this afternoon over Bound Brook. After that, we'll be right back with the start of the State Group 1 Finals. Bob Shryock and Nick Burzichelli back at Roselle Park High School, ready for the 101-pound battle. The captains meeting at the center of the mat, and Nick, we really look forward to a good one. Of course, Paulsboro the defending champion, but they have no easy task in store tonight, and an Emerson team that's 17-0.
You know what's interesting, Bob, is this coin flip right here tonight. It's very crucial who's going to go out on the mat tonight and who has the odd even bouts, because psychologically, when a person is out on the mat, you have, the home team will take they'll let the other team come out on the mat, so then they'll have a chance to take their time and decide which wrestler will go up against.
Captains for Paulsboro are Sam Thorpe and Bob Brown, a couple of great veterans for the Raiders. One of the captains for Emerson, Vito Roselle. All he is in the regular season the last 2 years is 51-2. Interesting situation here. What's going on, Nick, as they ask for the coaches to come over to the scorers table with the captains? I don't think I've ever seen this before.
I've never seen it. Something, they must not be sure who's going to get the odd even matches, or how it's been flipped, or the coin that's been used. It's the first time I've ever seen the coin flip brought over to the scoring table.
Oh, off to a slow start. Have no idea what's going on out here. A couple of undefeated teams going at each other. Paulsboro state runner-up 2 years ago. And of course, last season defeating New Providence for the championship. And we're just about ready to start. First battle will be between Mark Connick of Paulsboro. He's 8-6. John Basso, Emerson. He's 10-11. Basso with a single leg quickly. Connick was pinned in the semifinal this afternoon, the only Raider wrestler to give up as many as 6 points, and the freshman would like to atone for that a little bit tonight. course, he's got an outstanding career ahead of him.
Bob, both of these wrestlers lost today. They are 0-1 in this state championship final. And this is going to be a big win for either team.
Stalemate called. Just underway. First match, 101 pounds. Good crowd on hand at Roselle Park High School. Our thanks to Frank Antonelli, the former head coach at Roselle Park, now the athletic director, for his tremendous work to help us throw the first 2 points of the match. Stu Connick on the takedown. Connick was decked early in the semifinal, Nick, but he looks a little bit more ready tonight.
Well, looks like he has a little more confidence in himself now. He's wrestling his opponent just has the same amount of ability as he does. So that's psychologically, that's an edge.
1 minute exactly to go, first period, first bout of the night. Channel 5 very pleased to be Roselle Park High School for the state championship. Third straight year, Channel 5 has followed Paulsboro to the state finals. A little bit earlier, Boundbrook defeated Roselle Park 27-23 to win third place. The Paulsboro, Nick, was really devastating in the afternoon match with that 48-11 victory over Boundbrook. They were awesome, and they've been wrestling very well. I don't think you saw their victory over Glassboro the other night or the Pennsville match, but late in the season, they've really put their act together.
And it's showing. The momentum is just carrying them right through the matches. You see a lot of stalling giving out by the referees today. They seem to like to keep the match flowing, always trying to work for the pin. And if you don't do that, you're going to be hit by a stall.
18 seconds to go, first period. Connick still leading at 2-0. Already a stall warning against Basso. So Connick would like to get things started in a positive way for the Red Raiders. 5 seconds to go in the period. Just want to hang on to Basso here. And does. Gets through the first period successfully. Mark Connick with a 2-0 lead over John Basso. The Cavaliers, champions of the Olympic division of the Bergen County Scholastic League. What a tremendous season they've had under head coach Stan Wood. And we all know the job that Bob Frederick and his staff have done at Paulsboro this year and through the years. The beat goes on. Basso with the top position, or Basso with the top position starting the second.
Looks like Connick, what he's trying to do is a move called a Peterson roll. That's where he's going to sit back. He has the leg. Well, he lost it right there. But he was trying to sit back and bring Basso back on his back with a reversal and back points. This looks like it might be coming into a stalemate situation. .120 to go, second period. Connick trying to come out. He leads at 2-0. Still controlled Basso's way. Mark's got to take Basso back to his shoulders, make him think about his back, and then he'll give up that hold he has.
1 minute exactly, second period. Good job by Connick. Excellent job. His lead mounts to 4-0. Looks like a different wrestler than he did this afternoon. Of course, I guess you can understand any freshman being a little bit intimidated by a state championship. He's looking solid right now, very confident. Has a nice tight ride. Looked well on the bottom. Connick, one of 3 freshmen being started by Bob Frederick tonight in the state finals. Basso gets out of bounds with 24 seconds to go, second period. All 4 points belonging to Mark Connick. There's Bob Frederick. Extraordinary record, 231 wins, 6 losses at Paulsboro High School. Best win-loss percentage of any coach in the state, and unofficially the best in the country. 20 seconds to go in the period. It's been all Connick so far. Raiders wrestling today without Mike Deliberus, who had that big pin against his Paulsboro opponent, Reineck, the other night. Really the pivotal match in that 37-16 victory, Paulsboro over Glassboro. End of 2, 4-0 lead for Connick. Well, Mike Deliberus has been wrestling hurt all year. He has a bad back.
So what happened is I think he aggravated against Glassboro, and finally it just sidelined him.
That's the Emerson coach, Stan Wood, pacing behind his bench.
This is a key match. This is a big match for both teams. They both were going 50. They had a 50-50 shot each team in winning this match.
Connick with the top position, starting the final 2 minutes. And throw the half in. 4-0 lead for Connick.
Nice, solid, tight ride. Someone's going to be able to stall in here. If Connick's, there it is. Yeah, he has to work for that pin. He can't lay back on his legs like that.
Good call, Nick. Right on top of that one.
When you're in a tough situation like that, Bob, just start throwing halves when he's that tough. When you're that tight, just you have to be an actor. You have to start throwing halves and make it look like you are trying for the pin.
Basso has been in this position pretty much the entire match, on his stomach.
That's it. He's got it. He's got to go for that pin. Jump out to the side. Keep alternating side. He's got to throw the half pin.
Bob Frederick very unhappy with that call. You can see his reaction, and of course now some pressure on Connick, Nick, because the next one of those is 2 points, and that could get Basso right back in the match.
That's exactly right. He has to jump to the side and throw a half. Can't sit back on those legs. I think it's a good rule. Got caught a little bit high on that. Basso just countered, just turned right around, grabbed the leg.
Connick still with control. He leads at 4-1, 55 seconds to wrestle. Connick has to be very careful here, has to be aggressive. Can't afford another stall.
Stalemate.
Stalemate called, and
Mark has to pay more attention on being on the top right now.
40 seconds.
Now he's going to have to work up. He's going to have to work up. See, he's not moving to the side or trying for the pin. He just has a nice, tight waist ride, and he's got to start throwing the arms. He's
25.
He's got to start throwing halves. He's going to be called. The mat judge even went up to the head referee right there, and I know he whispered to him, here it comes. There it is.
Oh boy.
There it is.
That's 2, and that makes it 4-3.
It's tough. It's a tough call, Bob, because I know the move he was trying. The move he was trying was, it's called a ball and chain, or in Paulsboro we call it the Hamilton ride over the great wrestlers. You work from the behind. You work from the wrestler's back to get the pin. But you can also do it from the side.
5 seconds to go. Connick trying to hang on to win this one. It's 4-2. He's going to do it. Connick's going to ride him out and win the match. So Mark Connick, who was pinned in the semifinal, manages to hang on to his lead and will get Paulsboro off to a big 3-0 start. Big win for the freshman.
That has to help Paulsboro's bench out a lot, knowing that Mark can come off a pin and then come back and put him right back in and give him the lead quick.
Now another excellent freshman for Paulsboro, Kevin Nastasi. What a tremendous year he's had. Kevin coming out, he'll be facing Joe Carlos, who's had a pretty good season. He's 10-7-1. This is one that, on paper, Paulsboro should at least be favored to win. And this is one of those freshmen who does not wrestle like a freshman, Nick. He's a good one.
Very aggressive. Very aggressive. Looks very confident on his feet. I think if Paulsboro is able to pick up the pin, they should just go right after it right away. Because I think pin points are going to be a big factor in this match also.
Single leg by Carlos.
Stasi. This is a good counter. He's got his hips down. He's spread. Now he's going to try an arm drag. A little sloppy there.
1:25 to go, first period. And a good move by Nastasi.
Kevin did a nice job of getting out of that underhook. Don't want to stay under there too long. Nice ankle pick. Nice ankle pick.
And a 2-0 lead for Nastasi on the takedown.
Kevin set that move up really nice.
Could be a great match. Some tremendous pairings coming up in the upper weight categories, and this match could be very much alive by the time we get to them. Paulsboro wants to make some hay in the lower weights. They want to pile up some points down below.
I think that's what they have to do, Bob. They have to get as many points as they can in these lower weight classes so that they can give a little pressure off of the heavier weights going down the line.
I can hardly wait for the heavyweight match, Nick, because I want you to pronounce the Emerson heavyweight's name before I do.
We'll have to flip a coin on that. It's all Greek to me.
40 seconds to go, and Nastasi has
There was that ball
Carlos
and
on his
chain.
back.
That's where that Hamilton ride, that ball and chain works well. One of my favorite moves.
Nastasi trying to finish off Carlos here in the first period.
Kevin has to get his head up and sit back, or he's going to lose it. He's got to sit back. He's got to get chest on chest.
Trying to get the headgear off of Carlos.
I mean, Kevin's trying for that reverse half, maybe hook the chin, bring him back.
He gets out of it.
There's throw another half. Now he's sitting back. Looks like he might have it a little tighter. He's got to get his head up.
Doesn't get it.
Out of time. What
a job by Nastasi, though. The near fall gives him a 5-0 lead. He really did a number on Joe Carlos in the first period. Nastasi's been brilliant each time we've seen him.
You wouldn't think it was a freshman out there, all the experience with the midget program. It just has to be a confidence builder.
Nastasi trying to pad the Paulsboro lead that they got through Mark Connick's decision at 101. Nastasi on top as we begin period number 2. 108-pound match. NJSIAA State Group 1 Championship. Paulsboro trying to repeat.
Kevin's working that ball and chain again. He's going to bring the arm back, and that's going to leave his opponent open for a half Nelson. He can either hook that arm, bring him back, over on his back, or he can go with the half, which he's going with now. Now he can pick him up, and he can stack him, which he's doing now.
Nastasi really having his way with Carlos. I have seen few freshmen wrestle with as much confidence as he appears to, Nick.
That's true. Joey Duke, a great outstanding wrestler for Paulsboro, wrestled well his freshman year. Big upset in the districts. Excuse me, when he wrestled Gateway's Mike DiGenova, home match.
Hard to believe you've been out of school 4 years, Nick.
Amazing.
Very interesting internship you're having at Omni Magazine in New York City.
It's very fun, Bob. I'm working the Omni Public Relations Department there. I'm an assistant publicist.
Very good.
Kevin's shown a lot of aggressiveness. He's not going to be hit with any stalling because he's working on that half. He's trying for the pin. He's trying to advance the pin.
35 seconds to go. In the second period, it's been all Nastasi. Kevin working hard, but in this period has been unable to maneuver Carlos on his back.
There we go.
Not a stall against Carlos this time.
Well, I'll tell you, it might be stalling, but it looks like Kevin could possibly pin his opponent. He could possibly pin him. Now, if he comes away without being pinned, that technically is a win for Emerson.
Right. It's a match they figure to lose, but they don't want to lose the six.
That's right.
20 seconds to go, second period. All 5 Nastasi points in the first period. He had a near fall just before the end of the period. 10 seconds. Carlos with a winning record, but he hasn't done anything so far.
He's not doing anything on the bottom. Now, if the refs have been consistent the way they were the first match, well, time is running. They should be watching that stalling on the bottom, man.
Into the second, Nastasi with a 5-0 lead, and Kevin will have the bottom position right where he wants to be to start the third.
This is going to be an all-out period for Kevin. He's got to put him on his back, and he has to pin him.
He wants more than the 3 points.
That's right, exactly. And if Carlos can hold him down, like I said, it could technically be a win for Emerson.
Nastasi runs out of room. 148 to wrestle. 3-0 lead for Paulsboro. We're only in the 108-pound match. Emerson 17-0, Paulsboro 17-0-1, losing their only blemish, the tie to Delsey. And understand Delsey lost in the first round of its group championships today.
That's right. I believe they lost by 1 point, 27-26.
Reversal by Nastasi. Now he has the 7. Still needs another point or two for the major, and then he'll be thinking superior. 130 to wrestle.
Now this is it. Kevin's going to have to start working every pinning combination he knows. But he can't get too sloppy because it only takes 3 seconds to be pinned.
Back points make it 9-0 for Nastasi. Now he's got at least a 4-point major if he can hold that differential, but a few more back points and he get to a superior. 1:14 left. Good crowd of Paulsboro fans making the trip up the turnpike in the Garden State Parkway to see this match tonight. Busload of Paulsboro fans. They really follow their teams, don't they, Nick?
They really enjoy it. It's a great tradition. It's great coming out of the program. It's really nice. People work so hard down there. Parents, everybody. The town.
45 seconds to go. Nastasi's still working hard, not satisfied with the 4 that he has up on the board so far if he can hang on to the lead.
What he should do right now, he should sink that half even tighter. He rushed it and he rolled through. He had him in a great position. All he had to do was take his time because he had plenty of time. And he would have tightened up the half and brought him over. Now he should bring that arm up, the far arm, and bring it up. It's a great job of Carlos staying off his back, though. A lot of credit goes to him.
15 seconds. Sassy still trying to turn him with the half.
This is tight. Sloppy again. He rushed it, and Carlos just went with the momentum and just rolled right through with it.
2 seconds. Good job by freshman Kevin Nastasi. So both Paulsboro freshmen are victorious. The 4-point major for Nastasi gives Paulsboro a 7-0 team lead. We'll be right back. Bob Shryock with Nick Burzichelli back at Roselle Park High School. 115-pound final. Channing Good of Paulsboro against Tim Castiglia.
Nice setup by Channing and a nice double leg takedown.
Good, very aggressive wrestler. We've seen him before, and he's got the takedown and the 2-0 lead, and he really looks aggressive tonight, doesn't he?
He went out of ball fire and he's injured. I think somebody's injured. There's blood all over Emerson's back. Channing Good, maybe bloody nose.
I think Channing was one who was injured, but he really came out like a house of fire, didn't he?
That was it. Very aggressive takedown. Kevin Nastasi had a real nice match.
Yeah, he did.
Nice
boy,
match.
I tell you, he's going to win a lot of matches before he's finished. Nick, already 19 in his freshman year. You can imagine if he continues to improve what kind of figures he's going to have before he's finished his career.
He's going to be tough. No doubt about it.
So Bob Frederick getting wins out of both of his lower weight freshmen. Connick at 101, Nastasi at 108, and a 7-0 lead. Now, Channing Good, well, I like to add to that. Of course, they don't have Mike DeLiberis tonight, Nick, and although Mike has been injured much of the season, he had a big win against Glassboro the other night. He's a tough one for them to have out of there.
Yeah, it's a shame Mike's hurt, but you have to figure it's in the back. You don't want to aggravate anything in the back because it could come down the line and you could be injured for life.
Stan Wood, the Emerson coach, offering encouragement to Tim Castiglia, who trails Channing Good 2-0, just 27 seconds into their 115-pound bout. Good job by Channing Good this afternoon. He trailed his opponent 4-0, but came back to draw with John Barden 4-4 and get a couple of points for the Red Raiders. So good job by Channing Good in the semifinal. Good with the ride.
Channing very aggressive. Went right after that half Nelson, right out to the side. You see that in a lot of wrestlers now. They like to ride the half on the side.
Good has only had 9 varsity matches this season. Winning record 5-3-1. Good would like to keep the Paulsboro lower weight streak alive, win the third straight for the Raiders, build up some points because of that devastating finishing crew we've been talking about from Emerson. What records they've amassed. 4 of them have an 83-1 record among the 4 of them. Amazing.
That's unbelievable. That has to be some kind of record.
One minute exactly left in the first period. 2-0 lead for Paulsboro's Channing Good.
Channing has a really nice solid ride. Rides that half Nelson well.
Coach doing some sideline work. Boy, these coaches really work at the sport. I guess Bob Frederick off his chair less than, I guess, most of the coaches we see. Another great year in sports at Paulsboro High School. In addition to what's happening with the wrestling team, of course, the basketball team. How about that basketball team at Paulsboro, Nick? They're now 18-1 and almost have the Colonial Conference clinched. They've already clinched a tie. Good allows Castiglia to go free, and it's 2-1.
I don't know about that move. I hope he can take him down with only 30 seconds left. But he must have confidence on his feet.
Double for...
Good backfire.
Boy, it sure did.
That backfired.
Castiglia takes the lead 3-2, so that's a most interesting turn of events.
He let him up with only 30 seconds left in the period, and he was taken down with 15 seconds left in the period.
Now, that would be his decision all the way, Nick?
Absolutely. That's never called from the bench. He must have been really frustrated not being able to get a good ride and not being able to put Castiglia on his back, so he let him up and tried something else. But he should have waited.
10 seconds to go in the period. 3-2 lead now for Castiglia as Good tries to sit out.
And he's put on his back.
Oh boy, 1 second.
Very fortunate. Channing Good is very fortunate.
Well, a couple of back points make it 5-3, and Channing made a couple of mistakes that period, Nick.
First of all, to start off, he let his opponent up and got taken down. Then, leading up to that, he sat out and turned in without hand control.
We're going to see that again on replay, Nick.
Hope we can see. When he sits out, he sits straight out. His hips, when you sit out, your hips should be under your shoulder, just as if you're sitting on it, just sitting on the ground. But if he sits out, his hips are way out. Here, let's see. Let's see if his hips are way out. His hips are way out, no wrist control. He's vulnerable. And there it is. Excellent counter by Tim.
And he was lucky the period expired.
Very fortunate. And he only walked away with 2 back points.
So Bob Frederick trying to encourage Channing Good to get back in the match. It looked early on that Channing was well in control. Had a quick takedown and was in control, led his opponent up, and since then it's been all Castiglia. Channing with a bloody nose. That's another problem he's having. Team score is 7-0, and Castiglia's lead over Channing Good is 5-2.
Well, Bob, it's still early. It's only the second period. 5-2. It's not a big deficit. Easily to be made up. And I'm sure Channing's going to do that. Channing's getting up pretty good on his feet. He's got to keep that hand control. Then he's able to do whatever he wants. Hand control is very vital in wrestling. It's a basic move, and it must be done. Channing has wrist control right now. He pushes it down, and he's got to move his hips out. Pushes his hips out, head down, he's out.
Paulsboro fans want the neutral there, Nick, and they're not going to get it.
I don't think anybody was in control. But they must have seen that Tim was still in control, and they just started it over again.
1:35 to go in the second. Castiglia leading at 5-2. Good trying to escape a reverse to get back in the match. He led it 2-0 at one point. Emerson, of course, looking for his first team points. And they've got a super wrestler coming up next to go against Alan Buckley, a guy who's 19-2, Joe Mazzio. So things could tighten up pretty quickly if Castiglia can hang on here.
Exactly, they'll be right back in it again. Now, Channing's trying to step over, which isn't really too smart right now. But Channing's tough. I'm sure he can come back. Still right in there. It's still only 5-2.
1:06 to go, second period. Long way to go. Channing Good down by 3 points. 115-pound weight class. Connick and Nastasi giving Paulsboro a 7-0 lead. Stiglia with a half. Good almost made another mistake.
Yeah, he should have never turned to the head. There he is. He sat out again, and he left his hips further away from his shoulders. It's just the inexperience, Bob.
.35 seconds left, second period. Good has been on his stomach the entire period. Looks like some of his aggressiveness has been sapped by Castiglia.
Might have went out just a little over-aggressive. But he was psyched. He came, two teammates before him came off the mats with wins. He was psyched. He wants to do the same thing.
Frederick telling Good to get up. 16 seconds to go in the period. He wants Channing immediately on his feet. This is a big 16 seconds coming up here, Nick. Channing really almost has to score in these 16 seconds, does he not?
If Channing can get out and escape and get 1 point, it'll be great for Channing going in the third period.
A 2-point deficit going into the third is much healthier than a 3-point.
That's right. Psychologically, it's a big advantage also, being able to score under 16 seconds.
But trying to get on his feet as Frederick ordered. Now he does. 10 seconds to go. Working hard to get free. He wants free so badly. 5 seconds to go, and Castiglia just won't let him. Good job by Castiglia. Gets through the period, so Channing Good has a long way to come back against Tim Castiglia as they enter the third period. It's a 5-2 lead for the Cavalier.
Channing in this period must put Castiglia on his back. That's just for the tie.
Good with the ride as we begin the third period. He's 3 points down. On paper, this looked like one either wrestler could win. Similar records. Good's decision to allow Castiglia to escape in the first period. Since then, it's been all Castiglia, Nick.
Well, it was a bad move on his part, but the match isn't over yet. He has 1 minute 28 seconds to go. He needs 3 points. He has to put him on his back. But as long as Castiglia is just moving around like this, it's going to be hard. He's got to control him. He's got to break him down and work for a move. He hasn't broke down now, but he's at the end of the mat, and he's going to be whistled out of bounds. Nice breakdown.
Dangerous hold called.
He's got to break him down and work for the half.
1:09 left. 5-2 lead for Tim Castiglia.
Channing has that ball and chain ride right now. He's got to put Castiglia he's got to break him down. He's got to break him down. He's doing a great job just moving around. Castiglia's just doing a good job. Constantly moving, not giving Channing a chance to set up a move.
Channing again will get a little nose repair done. 55 seconds to go.
I'm sure there's a little word of advice in there along with the cotton.
Paulsboro 7, Emerson nothing, but Emerson in a position now where Castiglia could put them on the scoreboard. Good with a lot of work to do and only 55 seconds to do it.
His He's got to take the offensive. Channing has to take the offensive. He has to be the aggressor, and he's not right now.
46 seconds left. All the scoring in the first period in this one. No scoring since.
That was a big first period. Channing should start working for the cradles. Because a cradle, you're able to get quick points.
Castiglia not appreciating Channing's move that time. Only 31 seconds left. Castiglia looks a little angry now. He better be careful himself that he doesn't make a mistake.
Believe it or not, this would be a good time for Channing to let him up, and he has to go for a throw. This would be the time.
Running out of time, though. 13 seconds to go as they go out of bounds. So Channing Good needs a minor miracle here at the finish to tie or win this one. He's only going to win it with a pin, and he's only going to tie it with a near fall.
Channing must use a far side cradle in this move. A far side cradle.
Well, they don't like each other very much,
Words
do
are being
they?
exchanged between wrestlers. Castiglia got up. Something's wrong. Castiglia did use foul language. And I think that's what the match judge is coming over to explain to the referee in the middle. But like I said, Channing must come over to far side cradle. Far side cradle for 3 points. Yep.
Castiglia really fighting for his life. He's mad.
Yeah.
Boy, wouldn't that be some way to lose a match when you're ahead 5-2? He better be careful.
He's got to settle down. He has to settle down.
6 seconds to go.
All he has to do is really just keep hand control, his head up, and Castiglia will come away winner.
6 seconds left. 2 seconds. And that'll do it. So Tim Castiglia puts Emerson on the scoreboard with a 5-2 victory over Channing Good, and Paulsboro's lead falls to 7-3.
Very aggressive match on both wrestlers. Very aggressive.
Well, we expected a tight one, and in the early weight classes, it seems to be shaping up that way. 122 pounds. Alan Buckley for Paulsboro. He's 10-7. What an opponent he's got. Joe Mazzio, 19 wins, 2 losses. So there'll be a lot of pivotal matches tonight. This could be an early pivotal match, Nick.
Absolutely. In order to get Paulsboro's momentum back, Allen has to come off with a win.
Buckley, of course, had the great season a year ago, and some people feel he's had kind of a disappointing year, Nick.
Well, he's having little problems, maybe. But see, after coming off a great year being so young, they expect so much of you. Just like, for example, the Olympic team, the hockey team. There's so much pressure on them because of the 80 team.
Mazzio struggling to get out of bounds and avoid the takedown, and does it. No, he doesn't. Buckley gets it and leads 2-0.
That's the first time that I've ever seen a match judge call the points. The first time, ever.
So Buckley, underdog on paper at least, with a quick 2-0 lead as Mazzio works hard and gets the reversal, tied at 2. £122 match. Mazzio trying to get his team even or better here at 122, and Buckley trying to put a little more distance between the Raiders and the Cavaliers. Paulsboro getting to Roselle Park with a resounding 37-16 win over Glassboro this Thursday night, and then the impressive win this afternoon over Bound Brook in the semifinal. Buckley on the bottom, 2-2 tie, 55 seconds to go, period number 1.
Mazzio, very tall against Allen. He's very tall. He has that leverage. Allen's just going to have to start moving, combination situations. I'm sure they're in shape. I've never known a Paulsboro person ever to be out of shape.
I noticed that this afternoon against Boundbrook, Nick. I was mentioning it to you off air, as a matter of fact, that it seemed to me that Paulsboro wrestlers were in so much better shape in the third period of their match with Boundbrook.
Absolutely. Coach Frederick has you working hard. Most of the time when you get done one match, you should be able to recover within 15 minutes and wrestle another match.
20 seconds to go. First period, good one, 2-2 between Mazzio and Buckley.
Buckley having a hard time. He's got to get hand control and stand up. He's got his head down. Keeps that head down, get the head up, and start from there.
You ever watch these matches, Nick, and get the urge to get back out there and wrestle?
Sometimes I do. When it's very frustrating, when I see when something's being done wrong, I want to go out there. But other than that, I'll just sit back here and be a spectator. I've had my time.
A lot easier sitting here, isn't it?
That's right. You can be more critical.
End of one. Good one between Mazzio and Buckley. They're tied at 2. Paulsboro 7, Emerson 3. A couple of undefeated teams in the state final.
Tough match. This is a tough match. Every weight class is a key weight class.
Buckley with the top position, starting second period.
Right in tight waist, far arm, trying to break him down so he can start for something. He's working for that ball and chain. It's a good move if he's able to do it. I haven't seen him done that for a long time. He brings that ball and chain back, and then he rolls through, and that'll put his opponent on his back. It's quick points.
Buckley with a little shoe repair. Channel 5 happy to bring you the state final. We'll be at Gloucester County College next Saturday night for the District 29 championship matches. Looking forward to that one as always. Morning to Buckley. Buckley with a good ride so far here in the second period.
He has that tight ride, but again, he has to start throwing halves, or he's got to work on the side. It's a very nice roll through by Mazzio. Very nice.
Showing us why he's 19-2. Reverses to make it 4-2.
He knew that Buckley was parallel with him. As soon as he's parallel, he's able to hit a roll. If Buckley was out to the side, then that would have prevented the roll, and he'd still be on top.
50 seconds, second period. Mazzio once trailed this one 2-0, now leads it 4-2.
See how Mazzio's out to the side working the half? He might not be really doing anything, but he's preventing from being caught for stalling.
39 seconds to go in the period. Every match is going the distance so far. Don't anticipate a lot of pins.
But whoever gets the pins tonight just might walk away being the winning team.
"15 seconds to go in the second period. Buckley on the bottom. He's down 4-2 to a young man who's got a fine 19-2 record, Joe Mazzio. Mazzio trying to fire the half in, 4 seconds. So Buckley's still doing a pretty good job here. He's down by 2, but he has the bottom, I believe, to start the third, does he not?
Yeah, that's right, Bob.
So Buckley in a position where he can get right back in it.
If he can just get his head up, wrist control, and stand up right away, he'd be in a better position. Because Mazzio has just been riding him really tight and preventing Buckley from even trying anything. Get out, turn in.
.140 to go.
Buckley's head on the mat. He's got to get his head up. Has to get his head up.
Warning on top. .115 left. Buckley has got to reverse.
Potentially dangerous. Chicken wing. Chicken wing, the old name for it. That's when you have the bar arm and you bring it up across the shoulder blades. And it looks like a chicken wing.
Good call by the official. 112 to go. Buckley has to come out.
I don't think there. Oh, caution was given out. I kind of thought maybe that no caution would have. The referee should have took that on himself. He waited. I think he waited just exceptionally longer on this time. Very inconsistent on that whistle. When there's a lot of noise in the stadium, or where we're at in the gymnasium.
105 to go.
Well, the momentum has definitely changed for Emerson. It's definitely changed. They are now on the offensive, and they're really doing a fine job.
.45 seconds to go. Buckley needs a reverse.
You know, looking down the line, just as early as we've been, that Kevin Estazzi's match could, with getting the one extra point to make it, you got a 4-point win coming down the line.
That's a stall point assessed against Mazzio, and that reduces his lead to 4-3.
This is where Buckley has to get it together.
Now Buckley can win it with a reversal.
He's just got to keep moving, take the offensive. Mazzio trying for the cradle. His hands are locked. He's in a really good position. Now Buckley's going to have to fight not to get thrown on his back.
10 seconds to go. Buckley running out of time, down by a point. Buckley has only 6 seconds to escape a reverse, trailing by a point.
He's got to think quick. He's got to think speed here. He's got to get his head up, wrist control, and he's got to stand up, and he's got to hip out.
Some of the Paulsboro fans, 5 seconds. Buckley's still trying to come out, working hard, but he's not going to do it. Good match, but Mazzio wins it for Emerson and reduces Paulsboro's lead to 7-6. We'll be back. Bob Shryock and Nick Burzichelli back at Roselle Park. Bob Brown and Maurice Bradshaw now wrestling. Brown 17-3-1. Bradshaw 9-4.
Well, we'll see Bobby Brown. He's not really good on his feet. He's not really good on his feet is all.
.120 to go in first period, no score.
I think Bobby might feel more comfortable if it scores 2-0 with him on the bottom. Bobby had a dangerous roll just then. Never roll across your own back. There's no reason.
1:05 to go in the period, still no scoring.
He finally got
and
the
Brown
takedown.
with the takedown leads it 2-0.
Bobby working the leg and cradle.
35 seconds to go in the period. Brown with the 2-0 lead. And trying to put Maurice Bradshaw away here in the first period. And the near fall makes it a 5-0 Brown lead. Brown really doing a job on Bradshaw.
Not really. Bobby isn't really using a real strong cradle, but he's combating points.
2 seconds, 1, and that'll do it for the period. So Bob Brown with 3 more back points to make it 8-0. Paulsboro with only a 1-point lead. They jumped on top 7-0, but then losses by Good and Buckley at 115 and 122 has put Emerson right back in it at 7-6. Second period, Brown with a big 8-0 lead. He'd like a pin here.
Bobby really likes his Peterson move where he sits back, grabs leg, puts him on his back.
Yeah, we
Worked
see
it well
him use
there.
that a lot.
Worked it well. Wasn't able to keep him on his back for the back points, but he did get the reversal.
Brown with a big 13-0 victory in the semifinal this afternoon. A superior decision for the Raiders.
Bobby's really high
to
here.
go, second period.
He's really high here, Bob, because if the Emerson opponent, if he's able to reach back and hook Bobby's head, he could find himself in a bad position.
Brown trying a cradle combination, no back points there. 1:15 to go. He does get 2.
He's not really using a strong cradle, not really tight, but he is getting points.
12-0 lead for Brown.
There's the head. See, he's reaching over.
$50 seconds to go in the period. All Bob Brown so far.
He's all over him. Nice move. He's high.
Bob Brown, a most impressive young wrestler. What a job he's done in his career at Paulsboro High School.
Very aggressive. Very aggressive. He knew he had a job to do, and so far he's doing it.
First point of the match for Bradshaw on the escape makes it 12-1. Now Brown right back with a takedown to make it 14-1.
Again, Bobby's trying for that cradle. He'll just tilt him. He'll get the points.
5 seconds to go in the period.
In order for Bobby to bring that shoulder out, he's got to use the cross-face cradle, and he's got to hip out and bring the shoulder down.
16-1 lead for Brown heading into the final 2 minutes. Bob Brown 17-3-1 in the season. Bradshaw having a pretty good year himself, 9-4.
Bob making sure that everything is right on the mat. Riding that half out to the side. Very aggressive. Bobby's on the aggressive, and the score shows it. Now with a minute.
1:40 to go. Brown with a huge lead, 16-1.
Bob has the far side cradle now. Might be a little tighter. Bring him back. Now the shoulder's still out. He's got to hip out. Has to be perpendicular.
1:20 to go in the period. 16-1 for Brown. And back points make it 19-1. Brown doing everything but pinning. Bradshaw rendered almost helpless against Brown, who's been awesome. 55 seconds to go. Brown in a position where he'll win to 5 point superior if he doesn't pin, but he's thinking 6. 14 points all important in this one. 2 more back points.
He's doing everything possible to turn him over and keep him on his back.
Escape by Bradshaw, only his 2nd point of the match. 28 seconds to go. Bob Brown with an impressive performance at 129. 19-2, Brown leading Bradshaw. Another takedown, 21-2. 10 seconds to go.
This is going to be a big win for Paulsboro. I'm sure they would like to get 6, but they've got the most points possible out of this match.
Good job by Bob Brown. He easily puts away Maurice Bradshaw. 21-2 final score, and Paulsboro's team lead mounts to 12-6 on the 5-point superior victory by Bob Brown. Excellent wrestler, Bob Brown. He did the job there. The veteran comes through in the clutch. And a great pairing coming up at 135. Sam Thorpe of Paulsboro, 19-2-1. His opponent, Vince Lasacco of Emerson, he's 19-2. So they're 38-4-1 between them. And here's another key match right here.
Bob, I believe these wrestlers met before, and I believe Sammy did come out on top. So psychologically, that has to be a big factor coming in here.
Sam with a big win this afternoon defeated Paul Lynn of Boundbrook 21-6. He had 8 takedowns.
Very strong on his feet. A lot of freestyle background. Not known as a pinner. Really strong on his feet.
Look at those records. Outstanding performer. 1:30 to go first period. No score. Thorpe and Lasacco. Single leg by Sam. And he'll try to convert it and does. Good job by Sam. Goes ahead 2-0.
Very nice single.
Of course, Bob Frederick will be looking for his veterans to come through for him now too, Nick.
Absolutely. I'm sure he's counting on him down the line.
Like a win out of Sam here because he's got Suter coming up next, 22-0. And Suter will be facing an opponent who's only won 2 times this season, so that certainly on paper looks like one that Suter should win.
Absolutely, and I'm sure they're counting for 6 points there.
Right now the job up to Thorpe, who's ahead 2-0 against an outstanding opponent. 12-6 lead Paulsboro. Bobby Brown's 5-point superior helping things considerably.
Thorpe is very nice outside. He's using that half to the outside, staying to the side, so it won't be.
2-0 lead for Sam Thorpe in this battle. Team lead for Paulsboro now 12-6.
As I was saying, he's able to stay out there and he'll satisfy the refs for not being called for stalling.
Thorpe doing a good job of maintaining his control. Sam's an interesting wrestler, Nick. Not a pinner. As a matter of fact, I don't know if there are any records to support it, but there's some people think that Sam may have only a couple of pins in his entire career.
I don't believe I've ever seen him pin. I've seen him take down people. I've been to a few of his clinics.
It's unusual to see a wrestler with as outstanding a record as Sam has achieved, Nick, to not be a pinner.
Yeah, I think it is.
35 seconds left first period. Thorpe with a 2-0 lead on Vince Lasacco. Thorpe really aggressive this afternoon with all those takedowns. Kept allowing his opponent to get up, then taking him down immediately. 15 seconds to go in the first.
Sam has a really nice tight ride here. He'll just ride him out and go into the second period with a 2-0 lead.
So Sam Thorpe in the battle of 19 match winners with a 2-0 lead over Vince Lasacco. This is the midway point match. Paulsboro with a lead. Thorpe would like to extend that. We're going to see some superb wrestling down the stretch from both schools. Emerson's strength in his upper weight categories, no question about that. 148 pounds. They send out a wrestler 22-1. At 170, 20-1. At 188, 22-1. And heavyweight, 17-0. This is what Thorpe did this afternoon when he went for the takedowns. 2-1 now.
Fans upset, believe a stalling should have been called.
Thorpe obviously confident today he can get the takedowns. That's what he did this afternoon. Let's see if he can get another one here after allowing the escape. Paulsboro fans not happy with Lasacco backing off of Thorpe.
Nice duck under to a double to the takedown.
Good job by Thorpe.
Perfectly done.
Thorpe has really been wrestling beautifully all day. 4-1 lead now.
Really strong double. Now he'll probably ride his opponent out for a little bit longer, possibly let him up again.
.106 to go in the second period. Sam Thorpe with a 4-1 lead over Vince Lasacco. Cavaliers 17-0, winning their divisional championship this year. Paulsboro kind of faltered in mid-season this year. They're tied at Delsea. A lot of people didn't think they wrestled too well in that one, but they certainly have been typical Paulsboro team the last week or so. Thorpe again permitting the escape, and now it's 4-2. So Sam obviously feels he can get the takedowns, Nick.
Very tough on his feet. He's backing up. The stalling might have to be awarded pretty soon. Because Sammy's aggressively going into Lasacco, trying to set him up and take him down, and he's backing up. Again, he's backing up.
Lasacco looking at the fans. The Paulsboro fans are on him a little bit. He better not think about the fans so much as his match.
See, he knows that Sam is so superior on his feet. He doesn't want to be tied up with him. There again, nice. He went straight to his stomach. Sammy went in, ducked under to a double leg. Lasacco went straight to his base because he knew there was no sense fighting it.
6-2 lead for Sam. That's 3 takedowns in this match and 11 for the day for Sam. That's a whole season for some people.
25 seconds left in the period. I think Sam will just keep him down.
You think that'll be a strategy in the third period? Now he's thinking team points, Nick. Now that he knows he didn't get the takedowns, you look for more of this in the third?
At least letting him up 2 or 3 even more times. Because he knows he's so superior on his feet against Lasacco that's the only way he's going to get points.
End of 2. Sam Thorpe with a 6-2 lead over Vince Lasacco. Channel 5 pleased to be at Roselle Park. Third straight year we followed Paulsboro to the state finals. They lost the first year right here, as a matter of fact, at Roselle Park. Won last year over New Providence, now trying for their second straight state championship. Sam has the bottom to start the third. Almost came out. Lasacco, good job of maintaining his control.
That was a smart move by Sammy. So when they're so close to the line and nobody's advancing, it's always good to start over. So you hit a good move and get out of bounds, go back into the center.
.138 to go in the match. Thorpe leading 6-2. He'd like more than the 3-point decision, however. He's got a lot more work to do if he wants that.
I'm sure Sammy wants to just get out for the escape. I'm sure he doesn't want to reverse him because he wants to be on his feet. He wants to be on his feet. He's got to keep coming up. He's got to get wrist control. There's the neutral.
7-2.
Now he'll start in the middle.
So Thorpe now looking for a Quick takedown, 1:10 to go. Not a whole lot of time, and he needs some more points.
This is where conditioning comes in, Bob. Right here. Yep. Finally the stalling.
Lasacco says no, but that's the call that Paulsboro's been waiting for. Single by Lasacco.
That was a nice single by Lasacco. He's in there tight. Sammy just stronger,
Gets out of that so
stronger.
easy, doesn't he? Yeah.
Must use his hips, use his leverage. Strong, physically strong.
50 seconds.
Sammy's working an underhook, and it's causing Lasacco to back up. And technically, it is stalling. The match judge on the other side, I think he's calling for the stalling also. I believe if you see him back up one more time, I don't think Sammy's going to give him a chance.
Well, Sam has a single.
There's
the
two.
take.
Might let him up again. There it is. He's going to take him down again.
9-3.
He's got to take him down again.
Now with the takedown, he can get the 4-point
Okay.
major.
We're going to see a stalling coming up here. I'm almost sure. Lasacco having a confrontation with Sammy Thorpe's father on the side. That's who it is. That's who it is.
All right, 20 seconds to go. Sam needs a takedown for a 4-point major, and that could be a big team point.
He either needs. That's right. There it is. He's got to come up. He had to pick it up.
7 seconds. 3.
I don't think he's going to get it.
Nope, but a good job by Sam Thorpe. He wins, defeats Lasacco 9-3. Paulsboro 15, Emerson 6. We'll take a break from Roselle Park High School. Bob Shryock, Nick Burzichelli back at Roselle Park High School. 141 pounds. Jason Suter, undefeated, 22-0, goes against Henry Byra, who's 2-5, and a possible chance here for Paulsboro to really make some hay. They lead at 15-6. They needed that early cushion at the lower weights.
Absolutely. And I'm sure they're counting on Suter for 6 right here. Beautiful headlock by Jason. His freestyle experience is just coming so much as a benefit. Jason has a really strong headlock here. He's got to come out to the side, and he's going to have to look up to the ceiling. That'll enable Byra's shoulders to be. He's pinned flat, and it's it.
Oh, he got
Beautiful.
it. Suter needed only 39 seconds. That's
Beautiful.
a big 6 points for Paulsboro. Jason Suter goes to 23-0. He had a big pin this afternoon with 10 seconds to go in the second period. I tell you, I keep saying, Nick, he is a sophomore who does not wrestle like a sophomore.
Jason has wrestled in 2 group state championships. He has pinned straight through both group championships with that pin. And that brings his yearly pins up to 15 pins.
There's a replay.
Beautiful headlock. He's sitting through. It's so tight, there's no sense. Beautiful.
And back to live action with Greg Myers, 18-4 for Paulsboro against a good one. Joe Tuminelli, he's 22-1 for Emerson. So big pin by Suter, and Nick said they were looking for 6. They got it. 21-6, Paulsboro.
This is a key match right here. I know they're all key matches, but this has to be the one. Greg's a very aggressive wrestler. I'm sure he's the underdog in this match. But I wouldn't count him out. I seen him wrestle against Woodbury, wrestle Fox. Great match, and Greg came out on top.
2-0 lead on the takedown by Tuminelli, but I think Greg Myers is one of those people who's really underrated, Nick. He just does not seem to get the respect, the publicity that a lot of his teammates do. He's only 18-4. That's not a bad season.
Oh, fine season. Fine season.
.59 seconds to go, first period. Tuminelli, what a record he's had, 22-1. And key spot right here for Emerson. They feel they need a win out of Tuminelli. But all those great pairings coming up. The last 4 pairings are really, or the last 3 pairings, unbelievable. And if Emerson is still alive when we get to 170, and I think they will be, we could really have an exciting finish to this one. 2-0 lead for Tuminelli over Myers, and Paulsboro's team lead now 21-6.
I think when we look down the line, that pin by Jason Suter could be a very key factor.
Stalemate called. 30 seconds to go, first period. Tuminelli on top, leads it 2-0.
Greg doing a fine job moving. He's on a single. When his head's on the outside, he should switch to the double.
Oh boy.
That's tough.
Just running out of room.
That's tough.
13 seconds to go in the period. Myers giving Tuminelli a strong early battle.
What Greg wants to do is he wants to pick that leg up that he has, and he wants to lift it to the ceiling and come right out the back door. But time is going to prevent him to do that.
End of one period. 1:48. Joe Tuminelli of Emerson with a 2-0 lead over Greg Myers. We'll be seeing these Paulsboro wrestlers next weekend in the District 29 tournament at Gloucester County College. Paulsboro has won District 29 13 straight years. I tell you, some of the records that your alma mater has amassed, Nick, are absolutely mind-boggling in wrestling.
It's a great tradition. It's really great.
Myers with the top position, just underway in the second period.
Greg broke Tuminelli down very well. He's got to keep him flat, and then he can start working for a pinning combination. Because Tuminelli is much taller than Greg.
They
the leverage.
Seem to be fairly even in the strength category, don't they?
Yeah. See, I think Tuminelli's leverage. Greg is probably just a little bit stronger physically, but the leverage just outweighs it. Just balance it right out.
How about that Jason Suter, Nick? He continues to amaze me.
Sophomore is just totally dominating. He's going to have if he stays healthy, he's going to have a really nice tournament. All three tournaments, district, region, finals.
I know it's impossible to predict something like that, Nick, but do you think, since he is only a sophomore, that he has a legitimate chance to win a state title before he's finished?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The way he's been wrestling, very confident on his feet. Sophomore, he's young.
1 minute to go, second period. Myers with the ride. He trails Tuminelli 2-0. Tuminelli with a takedown in the first, only periods in the match. Warning on Tuminelli for stalling, and the Emerson fans displeased with that call. 35 seconds to go.
This is a very slow, methodical match. Each wrestler probably just looking for a mistake by the other wrestler and trying to capitalize on it.
Greg Myers, outstanding season, and yet a lot of people don't even know about the job Greg's done. Myers breaking Tuminelli down well in this period.
Using that half out to the side. Very tough ride. But you don't want to look into the half because you'll be thrown on your back, and if you look away, you're just going to be ridden out.
Oh boy, what a maneuver there with only 5 seconds to go in the period. The reversal by Tuminelli, that hurts Myers. Now he's down 4-0. He only needed to ride 5 more seconds.
That was costly. That was costly.
So now Myers with a lot more work to do in the third period than it appeared he was going to have. Tuminelli might have been slightly injured, holding his side. Tremendous season for Gloucester County in wrestling. Paulsboro has been number 2 all season long behind a tremendous Highland team. Glassboro has been as high as number 4 in the Courier Post poll, as high as number 3 in the Inquirer poll. Delsey Regional is high as 6 in both polls. They've just had a tremendous season, although they lost, we understand, by a point in their first round in the Group 2 tournament today. Gateway having a good season, although they forfeited a number of weight classes. Here's a replay on that last-minute move, Nick.
I didn't even see it. We should go back a little further.
That was Tominelli coming out with 5 seconds to go in the period. Really has turned things around here because now his quotient is 4 points heading into the final 2 minutes. So Myers will be on the bottom. He's going to have to get out or reverse in a hurry to get back in this match. Tominelli, 22-1.
Tominelli just a little low on that. And Greg capitalizing. If he can get to his stomach, potentially dangerous. Potentially dangerous there.
Official losing his balance and falling over Tominelli.
He was right on top of that. He saw it coming. Literally on top of it.
1:48 to go. Tominelli with the ride, with a 4-0 lead.
Has leg in, cross body ride. It's always been looked down upon in South Jersey. Always has been looked in as stalling. Whenever we went upstate, the North Jersey wrestlers were notorious for legs. Rode you out the whole period. But if you know how to use them, it's a great move. It's a great ride.
Yeah, you don't see that much in our area.
No, not at all.
1:20 left, third period.
What Greg should do right now, he should sit back on his legs. He should sit back and stand up and get a potentially dangerous call out of it. He should do that move one more time. He should just keep doing good moves until it's a stalemate.
Same effect. 56 seconds to go.
Ate a lot of time though. Took a lot of time off the clock. See, when I was in high school, legs were thrown on us. What we do is we just keep doing rolls and rolls until we were able to get out of balance. It's not stalling, but it enables us to get out in the middle again and start over. Just got to keep hitting good moves. Don't run for the line. Make an honest effort.
40 seconds left.
Tominelli has that cross body with the arm behind the neck. It's a good move. It's painful, but it's a good move. It's not stalling. It's a pinning combination. Working the bar. He might be coming up a little too high on it. Ref right on top of it. Because it could become potentially dangerous.
10 seconds to go in the match. Tominelli trying to hang on and win it. He's got Myers in a bit of late-minute trouble here. Myers just trying to bridge to avoid the pin, which he'll do.
It was only a 2-point near fall. I believe that's because the distance between his shoulders and the mat.
So good job by Tominelli. He wins it for Emerson. They needed a victory, and Myers did not wrestle badly at all. Tominelli keeps Emerson right in the match. The team score now 21-9. Paulsboro with the lead.
Well, this is it, Bob. These are the last 4 weight classes. It's going to be tough. This is their strength. This is their strength. This is Emerson's strength. Dobzhansky very inexperienced.
Dobzhansky wrestled very well this afternoon. He lost his match 8-6, but against a wrestler who was 17-4. Dobzhansky in some really trouble.
Back.
Glenn Merkel with the takedown, trying to do a number on Dobzhansky here in the first period.
Dobzhansky can't get pinned. Great job. Great effort on Dobzhansky's part in fighting that, getting the neutral position in 1 point.
It's 4-1. The back points for Merkel, then the escape by Dobzhansky. Dobzhansky with only 8 varsity matches as a freshman. He's done pretty well, 3-5. We'll hear a lot more from him. Very strong. 3 freshmen in the lineup for Paulsboro tonight. The first 2, Connick and Nastasi, both won. Stalemate again called. Prosper cannot afford to lose 6 in any weight category here. So Dubzanski, although he's giving away experience and his opponent with a much better record, certainly does not want to get put on his back.
I'm sure Darren's out there to win, not to get pinned. I'm sure he's out there to win. Dubzanski doing a fine job trying to pull him in. Because if he would have brought him in back to the mat, it would have been a definite 2-point takedown.
I've seen Dubzanski wrestle a couple times, Nick. He is very strong for a freshman.
Well, his brother Bobby Dubzanski used to be the heavyweight for Paulsboro a few years back. Very strong. He was very strong.
He was a good one.
Huge. Big person.
25 seconds to go, first period. They're neutral. 4-1 lead for Merkel. Another stalemate.
That one came a little quicker. Darren really not wrestling bad at all. Not bad at all.
Looked like he was going to be in some early trouble, but got through the period nicely. Has a 4-1 deficit heading into the second.
I think he's doing a fine job out there. Dubzanski trying to get through the wrestle here. He was on the bottom, wasn't he, Bob?
Yeah.
He was on top? He was on the bottom, yeah.
Good job by Dubzanski. He's right back in the match at 4-3.
I'm impressed, very impressed. He's got the crossbody ride and he's trying for a cradle or a half, trying for the pin. He's a little too high right now. A little too high. He's got to work under. He's got to work under. That's it. He's under his arms now.
So Dubzanski right back in it. 1:10 to go in the second, and again they call a stalemate. Darren Dubzanski, only a freshman, a little bit of pressure on his shoulders, although his team has a lead right now by 12 points. That's not necessarily a comfortable lead against a team with cleanup hitters like Emerson has.
It's very unusual to see a Paulsboro man use the legs, but he's doing a fine job at it. He has the leg in, he's trying for the cradle. Fine job breaking him down.
.40 seconds to go in the period. Dubzanski wrestling well.
Darren has to work underneath the arms of Merkel to stay underneath of him. That's to keep him on top and keep him balanced. Another stalemate called.
23 seconds to go in the period. Still 4-3 for Glenn Merkel. But Darren Dubzanski, who almost found himself looking at the lights in the first period, is very much in this match.
Darren doing a fine job on top. Riding tight. Getting a little high right now. Strength.
5-3, the neutral achieved by Merkel.
Oh, shame there's not enough time left.
Boy.
Not enough time left. He almost had that too. Almost had the two. Dubzanski, the aggressor, and it seems to me that he might be in more shape right now. It looks like Merkel's a little tired.
He also looks confident. Even though he did not get that takedown at the buzzer, he still just down by 2.
Let him up.
And it's 6-3. It's an interesting strategy by Dubzanski.
I think after what just happened a few seconds ago, his confidence is high enough so he can take him down.
Feels he can get the take.
That's right. I think he even feels Merkel might be even getting tired in this period.
This could be a crushing loss for Emerson if Dobzhansky can somehow win this one.
Dobzhansky has a cradle right now. He's got to put his head in the side, he's got to turn him over, and that's what he's doing right now. He doesn't have the 2 points takedown. If he can just get to the side, he's got to come to the side. And I believe they'll give him the takedown. He's in control. A takedown should be awarded to him. He's in control. I'm very surprised at this point.
Hadn't called it yet.
I'm very surprised. He's in total control. He has a cradle, he has a pinning combination. No one's called. He should let it up. He should let it up. Let go of it. He should that's it. Well, they shouldn't call takedown here either. He's got it.
8-3.
Great effort by Dobzhansky to stay off his back.
Well, it looked like Dobzhansky was not only going to have the takedown, but was going to get the cradle combination on and put Merkel in trouble. Now Dobzhansky in trouble.
Dobzhansky's in a really, if he can get his hips underneath of him and away from him, he could have came up with a takedown. He's going to get a reversal here. He's going to get a reversal.
8-5. Still time for Dobzhansky.
Here comes the cradle. He's got the leg in for a cradle.
He needs that too.
Merkel looks like he might be slipping out of it. Dobzhansky's got to take him back, but Merkel's head's coming out.
It's 10-5.
Too high.
A couple of back points for Merkel, so Dobzhansky really needs a pin. 15 seconds to go.
Oh, I tell you what.
5 seconds.
Darren was close to being on his back. The refs were in bad position right there.
We'll take this break from Roselle Park High School as Merkel has defeated Dobzhansky and put Emerson right back in the match. We'll be back. Brian Trader for Paulsboro, 15-7-1. Pete Mazzio, 20-1. Trader trying to be the early aggressor. Paulsboro with a 21-12 lead, and the crowd beginning to get in it now, Nick.
Brian had a nice setup to a double leg takedown. A really good counter by Mazzio.
Nick Burzichelli, Bob Shryock from Roselle Park High School. Mazzio gets the takedown and leads Trader 2-0. 3 matches to go, and we could have one heck of a finish in this match.
It's going to go down to the wire. I'm sure they're counting on at least winning 2 out of the Paulsboro's counting on at least winning these next 2 matches. At least 2 out of the next matches. Has to.
.105 to go. 2-0 lead for Mazzio. A win by Trader, a 4-point win by Trader, could close out the Cavaliers, but that's a tall order. His opponent 20-1. Look at the Emerson fans really getting into the match.
Mazzio has that bar arm. Bryant doing a really good effort, trying not to be turned over. Mazzio's going to keep walking around in front of him to turn Brian over. Brian's doing a really great job fighting us off.
25 seconds to go first period. 2-0 lead for Pete Mazzio, who's 20-1. His brother Joe won earlier over Buckley. He was 19-2, so 39 wins for the Mazzio brothers. Five seconds in the period. Trader trying to get through it, and does. 2-0 lead for Pete Mazzio. 170-pound action. Only this one and 2 more to come, and Paulsboro with a 9-point lead. But remember, Mazzio 20-1, Roselle 22-1, and Papathanasso 17-0. I'm sorry, Nick. I promised you I'd let you say the heavyweigh's name for Emerson.
I don't think I could do any worse than that.
We'll just call him Andy.
Papathanasso.
That's good. Nice going, Nick. Second period. Trader with the top as we begin the second. Bryant's down by 2 points.
Brian worked that tight waist forearm, near arm really nice, broke him down really nice, and he's working on that ball and chain, trying to get the ball and chain. It's a really nice tight ride, and it'll put Mazio vulnerable for a half.
1:20 left, second period.
Brian Trader, very strong, put him on his back. This could be a really big win for Paulsboro.
Oh boy.
Really big. He's flat. He's flat.
It's over.
How do you believe that?
Won the match.
It's over.
Won the match.
Paulsboro has won the match.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. One match, one pin. Brian Trader had no right going out there.
Nobody expected it.
No right at all.
No. Paulsboro has won the match on Brian Trader's pin.
It's over.
Totally unexpected.
It's over.
Can you believe that?
Brian rode that half. The strength just cranked him over, just turned him over. The strength.
Oh my goodness.
Brian Trader, it's over. Paulsboro has won 2 years straight in a row.
Wow, Nick,
It's
what
over.
can you say?
I can't believe that.
Such sudden, nobody expected it. We thought we was going to get down to the heavyweight match.
Absolutely. It came down to the pins. It came down
Here
to the
it is,
pins.
Nick. Here it is again.
Here it is. He cranked him over. It's tight. It's very. He had no way of fighting that. There was so much time left on the clock. Brian would have wore him down eventually. He would have been pinned.
Back to live action.
Paulsboro's bench is just coming alive right now.
And now Mike Lombardo with a 2-0 lead over Vito Roselle. Vito 22-1 last year, 29-0 before he lost in the first round of the state competition. And with lightning suddenness, Paulsboro has put away its second straight state championship on Brian Trader's upset pin, and you got to call it an upset.
Upset, absolutely. And this is just put fire in Mike, because Mike knows he has a tough opponent, and I'm sure he's just like.
You know, we're sitting here, Nick. That's the last thing we expected.
Absolutely. We were casually just thinking 4 matches ahead what was going to happen. So thanks to Brian, he finished it up for us. Now we don't have to.
Absolutely the last thing we expected. What a job by Brian Trader.
Unbelievable.
Kind of takes the pressure off Lombardo and Schultz a little bit, doesn't it?
A lot. Now they can go out and really wrestle the way they want to.
27-12, Paulsboro has clinched it on Brian Trader's pin.
Exciting, very exciting.
You know, I'm happy for that young man too, Nick.
Too.
He's a nice young man, Brian Trader.
Right. Really good football player. Everything came together in that match.
2-1 as Roselle gets loose. Lombardo trying for another takedown.
Roselle went in there too extended. Mike Lombardo just flattened out. He's countering, he's got the legs. He's going to try to cross face and get the spin behind for the 2 points.
Mike Lombardo has been most impressive this season. He has wrestled brilliantly.
It's a very aggressive cross face right there. That's the way cross face should be thrown.
10 seconds to go in the first period. 2-1 lead for Lombardo over Vito Roselle. Quick single by Mike. 3 seconds. Roselle avoids the take after one. A 2-1 lead for Mike Lombardo. But we're stunned along with just about everybody else at Roselle Park High School.
Absolutely. Lombardo reaching back for that Peterson rod, losing it. Very, very good breakdown by Roselle.
This underway in the second period. Lombardo leads it 2-1.
Well, with Brian Trader's pin, I believe that brings the record for Paulsboro versus Emerson up to 4-0. Paulsboro 4, Emerson nothing. Over the years they've wrestled.
Is that right? That's been an interesting rivalry. They've had a couple of regular season matches.
Every year they've came down with a really nice team. Really strong. Putting the pressure on Paulsboro. Lombardo coming up with the reversal.
Good job by Mike. He leads it now 4-1. Trying to put some icing on the cake. Going to be a nice ride down the Parkway and the Turnpike for Paulsboro tonight. Nice ride for you back to campus, right, Nick?
That's right. I guess I should go back and celebrate because I go to school with a bunch of people that their schools are in the top 20 in the state of New Jersey, and they always say that we don't wrestle anybody up north. Well, then when I come back now, well, we came up north and we won.
Yeah, Paulsboro doesn't have to apologize to anybody for its record through the years. 55 seconds to go, second period. Lombardo trying to maintain his unblemished record. He uses his body so well, doesn't he?
Absolutely. He's just so big. From last year, he's filled into his body really nice. Really nice. He's at a really nice, comfortable weight now.
Just to the left of the screen there, we saw Mike's dad, Pat Lombardo. Boy, what a fan he is and what a great guy. 39 seconds to go in the period. There he is. He's enjoying this. All the Paulsboro fans relaxed a little bit. That was Sam Labiano to the right of Pat. He's what, Sam Thorpe's uncle? Grandfather, I guess.
I think that's right.
Yeah, excuse me.
Grandfather.
Sorry about that, Sam. 20 seconds to go, second period.
It was a well-controlled match by Mike. No mistakes. He's really doing what he wants. Really controlled, dominating match.
Five seconds to go. Remember, Roselli 22-1. Last year, 29-0 before he got to the States. So this young man's credentials rather impressive. In danger of losing his second this season to unbeaten Mike Lombardo. Ever see anybody happier than Brian Trader after a wrestling match?
Never.
Third period, Lombardo still on top. Hasn't had very much trouble at all with Roselli so far.
Mike has that ball and chain again. Oh, he just let go of it. He's not really in a bad position. He's still really in his kind of safe position, has the leg in. Now he's in a little bit of trouble. But I'm sure he knows where he's at on the mat.
1:10 to go. Lombardo still with control and a 4-1 lead.
As long as he has that leg, as he has Roselli's leg hooked, he'll still be in control. Roselli has to get that leg out and behind Mike's.
Stalemate. 56 seconds to go. Mike Lombardo. The team win already in the bag for Paulsboro, trying to keep his personal record unblemished and add to the Paulsboro total. Paulsboro in the afternoon, 48-11 over Boundbrook, and boy, they've been impressive again tonight. One of the key things you have to point to, I think, Nick, also is the fact that although Paulsboro has lost 4 matches in this final, all 4 of them just 3-point losses.
That's right.
So even the young men who have lost for Paulsboro tonight have kept it close. Lombardo is warned.
That's right. I think everybody wrestled really well tonight. They rose to the occasion.
30 seconds to go. Lombardo trying to ride Roselli out, head to half in. Good job by Lombardo. Boy, I tell you, he has just wrestled so well.
Very smart, very controlled. Dominating. And he's going to put him on his back. Very controlled. He's in a tight position, too. He's in a very tight position. Possibly could pin him. Not enough time. Not enough time.
The back points give the lead, the win to Lombardo 7-1. Paulsboro 30, Emerson 12. We'll be back. Team score 30-12 for Paulsboro. Nick Burzichelli, Bob Shryock back at Roselle Park. Final match of the night. Paul Schultz of Paulsboro trying to finishing it off for the Raiders, going up against an undefeated wrestler for Emerson High School, Andy Papathanasso. Oh, you do that so much better than I. Look how we abbreviate it on the screen. That's good. We'll call him Andy.
That's it.
Another devastating Paulsboro performance tonight. Lombardo handing Roselle only his second loss.
You know, Bob. Oh, Andy really. That's a shame. Paul really fell into that. Became fighting. You know, Paulsboro's heavier weights have taken not criticism, but pressure over every time there's a big match. It always came down to the heavyweights, and they've came through. There's always been a question mark up top, but I don't see any question marks anymore. I think it's a solid team.
So Andy caught a couple of back points, then Schultz got free, and it's a 4-1 match with 1:04 to wrestle. Final match of the night. Paulsboro has put away its second consecutive state championship in Group 1, and Paul Schultz, who's having a tremendous season, 19-1, trying to add to it. Looks a little quicker than his opponent.
Very strong. Andy's huge. That's all I can say. He's very strong. He has the leverage on Paul. But I don't think he has the experience Paul has. Andy has never wrestled last year. This is the first year in the varsity lineup and his first year in a wrestling suit.
Boy, he is strong. 6-1 lead on the takedown. 35 seconds to go. Paulsboro won at Henry Beckton Regional High School last year. And they won this year at Roselle Park High School. Representing South Jersey and doing a heck of a job at it. 15 seconds. I don't know if Schultz has seen anybody quite this strong this year.
They're definitely outsized. You can hold on. There's only 2 seconds left. One. Paul did a nice job staying off his back. Andy's very big. He's a nice size heavyweight.
8-1 on the 2 late back points. Papathanasso. Andy P. Very good. Excellent job as usual by the Channel 5 crew. Mr. Stan Ritter and his crew doing a fine job following Gloucester County athletic teams around the state. Good camera work as usual and outstanding effort.
Paul tried for that Peterson roll again.
.140 to go in the second period. 8-1 lead for Papathanasso. We thought we'd still be alive at this weight category, but hasn't happened that way.
Paul has that Peterson roll now. He has it. There's 2 points reversal. Wasn't able to hold him to keep him on his back. It was a nice move.
8-3. Schultz getting back in it a little bit.
Schultz doing a fine job countering that switch, stepping over. The half Nelson's open. If he can throw that half, he'd be in great position. If he can throw that half. As you can see, his arms underneath Andy's head. If he can throw the half, Andy would be on his back.
Don't count out Paul Schultz. We've seen him come back before.
Crossface, there it is. I think he broke the plane. Now he's got the reverse half. Paul, he has the experience. He's doing a great job out there. He knows exactly where he is on the mat. He had the momentum coming in. He's seen the pin by Bryant. We're inches, you can see. He's got to come back more. Could be close.
What a great camera shot.
It's over.
Great.
He pinned him.
Oh.
Another upset. There's no pressure on him at all.
Absolutely incredible. He defeats an undefeated wrestler. Paulsboro crunches Emerson 36-12. What an unbelievable performance.
I tell you what.
Let me tell you something. I've seen Paulsboro wrestle a lot of times through the years, Nick, and I don't think I've seen anything like what they did here tonight.
Great. I tell you what, these guys wrestled tonight with an attitude. of being champions. And they did. They came right in. They rose to the occasion. Paul just like brought everything the way the day went. He just went out and pinned and won.
Schultz pin makes it 36-12. Paulsboro repeats as state champions in Group 1. We'll be back after this and wrap it up from Roselle Park. Bob Shryock and Nick Burzichelli back at Roselle Park High School. And Nick, I think we're still a little bit staggered by the events of the last 15 minutes or so. We expected a match that would go all the way down to certainly at least 88, and we thought heavyweight. And lo and behold, at 170 pounds, Brian Trader, I guess, pulled off one of those wins that they'll be talking about at Paulsboro High School for a long, long time.
It'll probably be said that Brian Trader won the match. That's how it'll be taught, that he won the match, because he clinched it. He didn't actually win it, but it'll come down to that he won the match. Just a super job.
The amazing thing was, of course, that we went into that weight category at 21-12 as Glenn Merkel of Emerson had won at 158 and very much kept Emerson's hopes alive. We had talked about the individual records that the Emerson wrestlers had achieved at the upper weight categories and considered the strong probability that Trader would lose, of course, because of the much superior record of his opponent, never even remotely considering that Brian would finish Emerson off with a pin. So that really staggered all of us. Let's start from 101, Nick. Connick and Nastasi, the freshman, wrestled very well at the two first weight categories for Paulsboro. Got the Raiders off to a good start.
I was impressed. Mark came off of a loss, and it's always hard to come off of a loss, and he came right back and he won.
Nastasi winning his 19th at 108. Paulsboro loses in the next two weight classes. Emerson gets within a point at 7-6, and then another workmanlike job by Bobby Brown at 129, a 5-point superior.
That was super. He worked that cradle the whole match, and he just kept on piling up the points where he did get the superior decision. Wasn't able to pin him, but he came through with the big 5 points.
Big win by Sammy Thorpe. His opponent had the same record, 19-2, that Sam did. Sam came through with a victory. You want your veterans to excel in situations like that. Sam gave them a big 3 there.
Well, he worked his feet well. He was very confident on his feet. All the years of experience in freestyle he has just paid off today.
And then at the next weight category, what can you say about Jason Suter? I blinked my eyes and the match was over.
It was over. It was unbelievable. Really nice match. He just went out and he just did his job.
Of course, then Greg Myers, I thought, wrestled well at 148, losing, however, to Joe Timonelli, who is 23-1 after his victory. That was expected. Then Dubzansky, the freshman, losing, but wrestling pretty well at 158. Then it's 21-12. Then, of course, we come to Trader, and just like that, the match is over. But what a job Lombardo and Schultz do at 88 in heavyweight.
They really did a great job. They went out. Lombardo went out, didn't have much pressure on him. Personally had pressure on him, but they came down to their strength and beat him at their strength.
Looks to me like Lombardo just is wrestling with an increasing confidence. He looks like the kind of guy to me, Nick, who could be very dangerous in a state tournament.
Well, he's very confident. He works his body well. He works his leverage well. He's just very confident, very controlled.
And what can you say about Schultz? Down 8-1, looked like he was in trouble because his opponent so strong. And the next thing we do, we turn around and he's pinned him.
Paul just, I think, had the experience on him. Just really went out there. He knew what he had to do. He knew the challenge he was up against, and he just rose to the occasion. Experience won in that match.
Well, Nick, listen, it's been great having you on Channel 5. You always do a tremendous job, and it's nice to have that Paulsboro touch on our shows, too. You had a great career at Paulsboro High School. Now it appears you're going to have a great career in communications.
I hope so. I hope so. Well, it's been fun here, Bob. Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed myself.
Nice having you. You did a fine job. Final score again from Roselle Park. Paulsboro 36, Emerson 12. Paulsboro repeats as state Group 1 champions. For Nick Burzichelli, this is Bob Shryock from Roselle Park. Thank you for watching us. We'll see you again next time on Channel 5.